great people, and many of the great people that I studied and learned, I realized that some of them, they're just like myself. They come from humble beginning, born with a cleaner, born with a security guard. Ordinary people, born with a teacher. Ordinary people, some of them were without parents. Some of them, they were raised by strangers, but they grew up to become great people. Some of them were just people, nothing, but they grew up to become one of the most impactful people ever. Some of them had no qualifications. Some of them didn't have anything. They didn't even have money, but God raised them to become world leaders. God raised them to become people of impact. One thing that I've learned about God, when He's about to raise somebody to become whether a leader, president, or something, one thing that you know what God will do? God will make sure that before He raises you to the position of power, He will first make sure that you experience the down life. He will first make sure that you go through a wilderness, you go through some pain, you go through some seasons, because God cannot raise a person who does. You see, if God wants you to become a multi-millionaire, if God wants you to become rich, He will first allow you to go through poverty. He will first allow you to struggle. He will first allow you to go through some pains, because He knows that the pain, the struggle will be the thing that will maintain you when you are wealthy. Pain, poverty, struggle build character. So God will allow you to go through seasons of pain, seasons of poverty, seasons of hardship, seasons of lack. When you are going through those seasons, you are building character, so that when you are tomorrow the president, you will be humble. You will be humble. You will be humble. You will treat people well. There are people who cannot treat people well, because all they have known the rest of their life is wealth, is riches, is good life, is enjoyment. They don't know nothing about the struggle. So somebody who doesn't know anything about the struggle, you think everybody is just enjoying life. You think everybody, they just, you don't know the other life. But that is why most of the people that God has raised them to do great things, they were people whom they first went through a struggle. The Mandela type. They first went through a Robben Island. You understand? You must first go through a struggle, because it is the struggle that will maintain you when you are in the palace. That is why also Joseph, he first went through a struggle. He was sold from one house to one house. He was a slave. He went through a struggle. He was accused of rapes. It was the struggle. It is the wilderness. It is the pain of today. It is the pain of today that will maintain the goodness, the glory, the success of the palace tomorrow. Now, allow me to say this, my brother, my sister. I don't know where you are. If probably you're like me, I struggle with confidence. I won't lie to you. Even now, I know that God has called me. I know that God has chosen me. But most of the time, honestly speaking, I struggle with confidence. And I don't blame myself. It's because of where I come from. You understand? I come from just an ordinary family. Like I told you, child of a cleaner, domestic worker, and a security guard. I struggled with confidence. Even today I stand and preach, but I still struggle with confidence. But God says, you, young man, I'm choosing you. I'm choosing you to be the one that will stand and speak to my people. And you see, here's the thing, Here's the thing. Time, if I don't finish this episode, we'll do part 2. Here's the thing, my brother, my sister. Where God is taking you, everything about you, you've already been prepared. Like everything, how God has designed you, made you, before you were born, it has been, you are ready for that place where you're going. It's like me. I am ready to stand before people. I am ready to be a speaker. I am ready to be a pastor. I am ready. But you find that my confidence is low. But I am ready. That is why when I stand and speak, you will know this guy is a pastor. But when you come to me, like, man, this guy, he can't even speak well, he's shy. But then when I start to speak, then I realize, no, actually I am called for this. I am chosen for this. I am anointed for this. But I don't look like it. I don't talk like it. I don't walk like it. You get what I'm saying, right? So I want you to know something, my brother, my sister. I don't know where you are in life. Probably you're just doing some odd jobs, working in a restaurant. Probably you're just trying to, you're just pushing some small businesses, selling this and that, and you're not even making 1,000 rand a month, you're making 500 rand a month. Probably you don't have parents, or you feel alone. Probably you feel lost. I don't know where you are, but I want you to know something, my brother. The people, God calls the ordinary. God calls people whom they don't look like it. I always believe that most of the time, people who say, I am anointed to be a man of God. People who say, I am an apostle. People who say, I am a major prophet. People who say, I am a self-made millionaire. People who says, I am a politician. I will be the president of this country. People who say, it's me. Most of them are not. And here's one thing that I've learned. If you feel inadequate, if you feel like you're not enough, if you feel like you're not good enough, if you feel like you don't have the look, you don't have the eyes, if you feel like you're not the guy, you're not the lady, if you feel like you're not yellow bone enough, if you feel like you're not tall enough, there are higher chances that you are the one that God is looking for, and that you are the person that God is calling for a great destiny. But if you feel like, I am a great apostle, I am a great entrepreneur, self-made, future billionaire, chances are that you are a fraud. Painful, right? But if you feel like I'm not the guy, I'm not the lady, I feel like I don't have it, chances are that God is calling you into a great destiny. You know, myself, but I know one thing that God has given me is the ministry of giving, looking after the poor and helping other people. But I don't even have 10,000 rand in my account as I'm recording this episode at this moment. But I know God is calling me to a great destiny. I always speak to my people. I say, one of the good day we'll go to Somalia and we'll do great things in Somalia. We'll give them food, water, accommodation. One of my dreams, I always say to myself, there's a war that's happening in Somalia. It's a civil war. There's a group called, I think they're called Al-Shabaab. I said to myself, one day I'm going to meet with the leader of Al-Shabaab and we will make peace in that country called Somalia. It's been a dream of mine. And I've always dreamt of winning the Nobel Peace Prize. And I believe that one of the good days I will win it. But guess what? These are the things that I was born with them. But when I came into the world, because of my background, my situations at home, and so many things, my mother, my father, the things that I didn't have, the things that I lacked, I suffered with confidence. I suffered with timidity. So sometimes I will meet people, right? And people will be coming 4, 5, and I will change direction just because I don't have the courage to face them. And I will just change and say, I want to use, and I'll use a way where there are no people. People will come. I remember when I was young, people will come to my home because we didn't even have like a decent house. We had 2 huts in those days. Thanks to God, we no longer have those 2 huts. We had 2 huts only. Oh, there were 3 huts. Imagine, the rendezvous. And people will come. My friends will come. I'll be so shy of the rendezvous because they were not even proper. The other one was falling. We will sleep in those rendezvous and we were sleeping outside because it was water everywhere. Oh my God, just talking about the story, I feel like crying. But my friends will come to my home and I'll run away. I'll go behind the rendezvous and I will not come back because I was so shy. You understand? And here I am being shy of a situation which is, I'm not responsible for it. It's not my fault. I was just born there. But deep down I knew that I am born for a purpose, I'm born for something. You get what I'm saying? I even now as I'm recording this, I'm great. I know that inside of me there is a great purpose, there's a great something. But let me tell you something, my brother, my sister. There's a part of me that still struggles with confidence. And day by day, I am becoming it. I'm learning to talk. And here's the thing about me, because I was born to talk. When I start to talk, I talk. But it's not easy for me to start. But when I start, it just happens. You understand? I thank God I no longer meet people and change direction. But I used to change direction because I used to feel like I'm not. But here's the thing as I'm finishing, right? If you feel like you're not good enough, if you feel like if you feel, inadequate, there's that speech by Nelson Mandela, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate, but we are powerful beyond measure. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. Then it goes further to say, your playing small does not serve the world, but when you allow and you let your light to shine, when you do that, when you allow and let your light shine, you unconsciously give other people permission to also let their light shine. But it started by saying our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. So I want to say to you, my brother, my sister, if you feel like you are inadequate, if you feel like you're not good enough, if you feel like you can't talk, you are not yellow bone enough, you don't have money enough, God is calling you to something great. Because the people that God calls, they don't look like it, they don't talk like it, they don't move like it, they don't walk like it. They're just ordinary human beings, they're just ordinary people, but being called to a great destiny. I believe there'll be part 2 of the people that God calls. But for now, for the sake of editing and posting it, let's end it here. This was another episode of Enlighten with me, your host, Gete Muneli Bate. I believe that you enjoyed this one. Until we meet next time, don't forget, wherever you are with what you have, do what you need to do in order to make progress. This was Enlighten. The people that God calls.